Welcome to On the Edge with April Mahoney Brains. You're at the spot, the place, where the conversation is pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. Did you bring your thinking caps? It's time to put them on, because the conversation starts now. Welcome to On the Edge with April Mahoney Brains. How are you? You're at the spot, the place, the location, where the conversations are pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. We're going to Australia. Yes, our favorite vacation place. We're going to meet with Jessica Ellen. Jessica is a single mom doing the most, raising a young man, but also working hard to elevate the frequency of the women that she works with as well. Because she's been there, she understands. She works in the areas of hypnotherapy. She's coming out with a program. In addition to that, she's a contributor in a book. I'm so proud of her, and I'm so glad to have her here on the edge with us. How are you, Jessica?
Hey April, hey Brains. Thank you all so much for having me. It's amazing to
Absolutely.
be here.
Your eyes are completely magical. What color are they?
I have no idea. So they kind of change. They go from gray to green to blue. Who knows? It depends on my mood. They're like live-in mood rings.
Well, they say that the eyes are the windows to the soul. Tell us a little
Mm.
bit about you and what lies inside your soul.
My soul. Well, my soul is an interesting place. It's definitely been through a lot in the past. I've come from a history of, mental illness, anxiety, depression, chronic illness, and endometriosis, PCOS, and all of the darkness that came with that
Wow.
to, yeah, now being in a place where I'm helping women heal from what I've already healed from and helping them get out of that survival mode and move forward. So,
You hit on a couple of them. That endometriosis, there's really no diagnosis for that except for,
mm,
your body goes through a lot, excessive bleeding and cramping and all of that kind of stuff. And it's very difficult for women to conceive and have children. But you had other things layered on top of that. When things hit you back to back to back and you fell into that dark place, what lifted you up? What brought you back?
my son. My
Mm,
son is what did it for me. Before I had him, life was completely different. I had ignored my symptoms, numbed my body, and mentally I was doing a lot better. I was just out DJing all week, every week. But then once motherhood kicked in and the lack of sleep kicked in and I guess, solo parenting while having a toxic relationship, all of that just piled on and took me to that really dark place. So for me, the only thing I really felt I had going for me was my son, and the guilt of potentially leaving him behind or messing him up mentally was the thing that
right,
got
right,
me moving.
right.
Yeah.
But it's hard for a woman to raise a young man.
Mm,
And
mm,
there's certain things, okay, there's certain things that we just don't do. Not
mhm.
that we can't do everything. We're the givers of life. But there's just certain things that we don't do. Do you have a role model or do you have brothers or other people to fill in the gaps for him as a man?
Yeah, that's been something that's really important to me ever since my ex left. I mean, he was never a good role model anyway, so I always made sure I had other role models for my son. He's got his sensei at martial arts. He's got my brother who is so in love with him. They've got the best relationship. He's got my dad. He's got some male friends that I have as well. So he's got a whole community of men around him helping to support him too.
Yeah. So you said you were in a toxic relationship.
Oh, yes.
Have you checked the boxes and understand now clearly what your boundaries are and what you are willing? Because we got to concede. Everybody's not going to be perfect. I mean, they're
Oh,
going
yeah.
to have bad teeth, one leg is shorter than the other. Or,
Oh,
you have different tastes in music. You know,
mhm,
there's some things that we're going to have to say, okay, I will put up with that. But
mm.
clearly defined boundaries and signals and patterns, Are you aware of that now when you move forward in life? Because you're very young and very beautiful. And so,
Oh, thank you.
there's going to be a lot of suitors out there, but I want you to get yours by design. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. It's definitely something that I worked on once I moved into the personal development space. It's something I really honed in on because I understood that your partner is your mirror. And I was done having a partner mirror all of the things I didn't like about myself and all of the things I was repressing. So it was really important for me to do that inner work, but also, like you said, set those boundaries. I no longer put up with any bullshit. It's my values are stuck. They are so important to me, and I do not shift my boundary or my value for anyone now.
All right, so let's talk to the woman that you're working with. You've been
Mm.
able to, dribble, edit, filter, reposition, and respond with resilience.
Hmm.
There's a lot of women out there that know that the struggle is real
Oh, yeah.
and that their self worth has been diminished, that they don't have the finances that they want, and they're struggling to find self worth.
Mm.
Through your courses and your work with hypnotherapy, how are you able to impact the subconscious mind, ingrain some new stories, some new dialogue with
Mm.
NLP to raise her frequency to achieve her highest and greatest good? Yes, that was a loaded question.
Oh, yeah, but it's an important question because it's where all of my clients come from. They lack that sense of self-worth and that self-love, which then leads them to settling for things that they shouldn't be settling for and just making the best of a bad situation. But for me, it's really important to help them first and foremost identify what limiting beliefs and old patterns from maybe past traumas or other events that have led them to believe what they believe about themselves in that moment. So, working out what that inner story is, what that inner dialogue is that's stopping them from getting to where they need to get to. And but it's also about after releasing that and reinstalling a new belief, a new dialogue for them to move forward with, but also working on their relationships with themselves on a deeper level. So getting them back in touch with their body, getting them back in touch with their intuition, getting them back in touch with themselves and who they are as a person, and building on that self-worth and building on that self-love so it's unshakable, so they can be unapologetically authentic and unapologetically themselves in every situation. Because if they can do that and they can be really firm in their beliefs and really firm in what they're worth, they don't need to worry about external factors like a potential partner or
Mm,
a work environment or any other relationship in their life because they'll be able to see clearly, are these people good for me? Are they supporting me and who I
right.
am as a person? Or are they trying to tear me down? Are they trying to manipulate me into acting a way that serves them instead of a way that's authentic to me?
And understanding the definition of no.
Yes.
No is a complete sentence, brains.
It is. It definitely is. And it's an
Okay.
important one to be able to say and stick to it and actually mean it and fully embody what that means. It's the no without the guilt behind it or no without the shame around it.
Absolutely, because you don't owe anybody anything. But also
Mm,
know that the word no is the word on spelled backwards.
yes.
And that means on to the next adventure, on to the next opportunity, on to the next level, on to the next pain point. You've
Mm,
got to keep it moving, brains. You got to keep it moving. And I know it's hard and we get stuck, but if you are stuck in those same patterns and you have not tried anything different, how can you expect a different result?
exactly.
And fear will keep you captive. Now, I'm a fond advocate of fear because it also allows you to create your boundaries
Hmm.
and to understand what does not feel good to you and to be cautious. So, fear is very valuable, but do not let it be your captor. Let it be
Mm,
your partner. They ride with you, as we say here in California, ride or die.
Yeah, you're
You gotta
exactly
keep it
right.
moving.
You
Now,
do.
I know you see a lot as a DJ in the club. Girl,
Yeah.
I went to, the club has changed. I'm 63. Okay.
Mm,
And we went to Usher's after party uh in Las Vegas. And I just sat there and observed. Number one, I don't know what the clubs are like there in Australia, but here they took out the seats.
mm.
I told you I'm 63. Okay. Them stilettos got me through the line and through the front door. After
Mhm.
that, we were not going to stand there at the club. In that,
Mhm.
they have bottle service. If
Mhm.
you want a seat, you got to pay for the bottle service. The DJ is off the chain. It's good, but now they can really pack the club because everybody's standing. But I observe the atmosphere of what's going on there too. And I know that you see a lot. And it's
Mm,
really unfortunate that there's so much drug activity because
mm.
people don't want to be in themselves. They want to be somewhere else. Everything
Yeah.
from weed to, I guess, ecstasy to microdosing. You got to have these little sticks that you put in your drink now to see if your drink has been tainted.
Mm.
And you see these young women, and I know that you want to kick into your hypnotherapist mode. Do people reach out to you and take you, and I say this with love, do they take you seriously because you're young, because your side hustle is, being a DJ? Are they able to correlate, or do they really relate better to you because of that?
I feel like a lot of the time, my role as a hypnotherapist and my role as a DJ, they don't really cross over very much. Even though I'm very open that I do both, the people in my DJ world don't even realize that I'm a hypnotherapist. People in my hypno world don't usually click that I'm a DJ. It's like I've got two different personas, even though I often bring them up at the same time. But yeah, you're right. Clubs have definitely changed. Even since I started 16, 17 years ago, it's a completely different atmosphere. It used to be everyone just going out, having fun, not caring what everyone thought, going home all sweaty with your makeup running down your face, carrying your heels. And now it's all about self-image, and it's just phones like this the whole time instead of just getting into it and letting go.
Really? They're sitting there Instagram.
Hmm. Oh, they'll dance, but only when they're filming a reel. So they'll set their phone up on the bar, hit record, do their little dance, and then stop. And it's it's a shame. It really is a shame. And I find that it actually is a really good mirror for society right now. People just
Right.
don't feel like they can be their authentic selves and just allow themselves to be messy and allow themselves to just experience that fear, experience what life has to offer, and just do it anyway and just give it their best shot. Whereas now it's all curated and everything has to be a performance and they've got their
That was it.
masks.
That's the word I wrote down, a performance in front of an
Mm,
audience.
yes.
And the audience is an illusion because you don't know who's watching.
Exactly. Well,
Like
no one is. They're looking at themselves.
right, right. The person's looking at themselves, but they're performing for who they hope is on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a
Mm-hmm.
lot like life. When you go for an interview, you send your representative. You don't send your true, authentic self. It's hard to send your true, authentic self because you are trying to not manipulate, but cultivate and curate a situation that someone else is going to buy into.
Mm.
That's like dating.
Yeah.
You go, you got your pretty on and all of that. But then after 3 or 4 dates and folks get liquored up and, the hair gets all tossed around, or you get intimate with them and you find that this is not the person that you thought they were,
Mm.
or you hear about their drama. How do we position ourselves for acceptance? Because again, people come with baggage. We come with baggage. It could be a Gucci bag, it could be a Louis Vuitton, but it's some baggage.
Oh, yeah, it is.
How do we position ourselves to accept other people? Because I know we have our boundaries and we know what we're going to do. And how can we be open to that?
I think the most important thing for brains to realize is the more you can accept yourself, the more accepting you'll automatically be of other people. The people that are putting their walls up and not allowing other people in authentically, generally speaking, but not like, most of the time, they're guarded because they're maybe feeling some shame or some self-resentment that they're not willing to share with others. So getting yourself to a place where you can be completely authentic, unapologetically, and approach dating from a place where yeah, I will put my best foot forward, but it's going to be my authentic self that I'm putting forward. I'm not going to pretend like I don't have a kid at home. I'm not going to pretend like I've got my life all together. Like, I'm not just going to give them the highlight reel. I'm going to give them who I actually am because that's the fastest way to realize if someone's the right person or not for you. Instead of putting it off until the third, fourth, fifth date, why not show up as yourself from the start? Filter them out, and if it doesn't work, awesome. I'm not wasting my time.
Right. Because again, that could develop into a good friendship. It does not have
Yeah.
to be an intimate relationship. And so, you have to understand, what's going on. And I always give this suggestion. Like I said, I don't give advice, but check out the conversation. Be a good listener. Don't be so excited by the outward uh, physique. They can hang
Mm,
out and be a gym rat the whole time and be as dumb as a rock.
yeah.
You watch how many drinks they get. You know, you watch and see if there's other illicit drugs. You might be into that. I'm not judging. I'm just
Mm,
saying, how does he act with women? What is his
hmm
conversation? Does he have mommy issues?
mm,
Because the woman is the first, his mother is the first woman he fell in love with. How does he
exactly.
talk about his sister? Does he open the door for you? Is he a gentleman? I mean, we were talking about that, Jessica, and I was asking her, about her young son. He's at a very tender age, and you cannot re raise a young man at 15 years old.
Mm-mm.
And being at 10 years old is a very tender age. He's trying to figure out who he is. There's a lot of influence from peer pressure. His body is changing. He's looking down there and he goes, there was never hair down there. That's fine. Well, how come my voice is deeper? And, all these different things, their line of sight is now becoming laser focused and
Mm,
laser focused on the right thing. So it's very hard, but pay attention to those signs, women. Again, you might be down for a booty call. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely
hmm
nothing wrong with that. My mother asked me at 90 years old, she says, April, what is a booty call? And I said, Mama, it's a telemarketer with the wrong phone number.
Oh, that's
But,
brilliant.
but it's funny that sometimes people just don't want the intimacy. And that's
Mm,
okay too. You don't want a long-term relationship, but also be clear and don't try to manipulate the other person. Let them know, hey, this is, we're just having a good time right now. Um,
yeah.
but a person's only going to go for that for so long. I've got a friend that's in a relationship that does not want to commit, and it's been a year.
Wow.
And you're right. And so the other person is like, hey, you expect for me to hang around? I'm only going to go along to get along for so long. When
hmm
do we when do we pump the brakes? When do we say stop?
Oh, that's a great question. I'd say at least 3 months, depending on what it is, though. It depends on what expectation you put into that relationship from the get-go. If you're going in there and you're expecting it to just be casual and just, hang out when you want to hang out, have your fun, do your thing, that's fine. But if you go in there with the intention of dating for marriage or dating for long term, and you're open with that, and they're still not showing the same reciprocity over the coming like 8, 12 weeks, what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
There's no
Absolutely.
point. And you made so many good points as well. It's about working out what your non-negotiables are outside of the physical, outside of the financial. What does this person need to be? What do their values need to be to align with yours? What are your most important values? Where are you not going to shift? So, do you need them to be really affectionate? Do you need their love languages to match up with yours? Do you need them to be a gentleman and look after you? Like, the way you should be looked after, be wined and dined and doted on and loved on and respected and seen for the powerful woman that you are? Are they going to be misogynistic? Are they going to be supportive? Do they care if you're out there earning money or do they just want a baby maker? What do they actually want? And how does that line up with your future goals as well? Like, if you just want to be a stay-at-home mum, be a housewife, you might be happy with someone that, wants to go and have this big career and earn all the money and pay for all of your bills. But if you want to go out there and be a businesswoman, fend for yourself, that might not work for you.
Mm,
I think it's just being really clear about what you want and making sure they know what they want too. And if they can't tell you what they want, maybe that's the red flag you need to see if you want something serious. Tell them, you know what, come back when you know what you want. If
well,
I'm available, I am. If I'm not, I'm not.
you sound clear. You sound like you got it in the mix. For sure, on the ones and twos. I'm so proud of you. I love women DJs because I go to some places and I see a women's DJs or all woman band, and I'm like, oh, the party has started.
Oh
It's
yeah.
something about our tribal nature as women, our
Mm,
feminine, divine energy that rises up to music.
yes.
It's something really fun and different. So, what do people have to look forward to, Jessica, when they work with you?
Oh, when you work with me, there's no bullshit. I
Oh,
will call you out on your stuff. If you're staying in your pain point, if you're not moving forward enough, if you're constantly going over and over and over about all of the terrible things in your life, I will be calling you out on that. I'm also, though, very supportive. I believe that all women should support one another. I think that we all have this innate need to nurture and to show love and compassion, and that's something that definitely comes out in my work as well. Once you're with me, once you're working with me, you're family. And that's how I see you. And because of that, I love you so much. And everything I do, everything I say, and every way I help you comes from a place of love and wanting what's best for you. The outcome for me with my clients, I want them to get better as fast as I can get them better. I want them to succeed and move forward so they don't need me anymore. I don't want to hold on to clients for years and years. I want to help you move forward fast and
mhm.
get to where you want to be. And if you want to check in every 6 months, like my old clients do, and just have a goal setting session and work on the new shit that's come up, we can do that. But I want you getting out of survival mode, finding that inner strength and reconnecting with your intuition and rising up as the woman you're meant to be.
Now, this is somebody that you need to work with, Brains, because again, she said something that was pivotal. She wants you to move beyond her.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a friend that has been in therapy. God bless her heart. She's been in therapy 15 years. I said,
Yeah.
you lived through the shit for 20 years. And now you're talking about it for another 15.
Yeah.
You're 60 years old. Half of your life has been a pain point.
Mm-hmm.
Some people get it, need it. I'm not saying that. I'm not judging on that. So don't get all crunchy brains. But what I'm saying is it gets to a point where, is this really working for me?
Yeah.
Maybe I need to try some Airwesca.
Uh,
Really, I mean, maybe you need to do a past life regression, maybe some mirror work, some shadow work. Maybe this
mhm.
course of treatment is not um, working for you. So, hypnotherapy is really beautiful because it allows your subconscious mind to move in front of the frontal lobe, in
Yes.
front of where you have been processing and making decisions based on the story that you are rerunning in your mind. The
And that's
story has not
exactly it.
changed.
It doesn't. And that's the thing. That's why people get stuck. 95% of who we are and what we do is in the unconscious mind. And everything we do, everything we think, every belief we have, every habit we have is just us replaying old information and replaying ourselves day in and day out. So until you get into that unconscious mind, and rewire your way of thinking and reframe your view of the world and change how you're filtering your information, change your self-belief and your self-talk, it's not going to change until you do that. And then that's where the magic happens.
And you might go out and get you a wig. change your eyewear, change your lipstick, change yourself. Change for
Mm.
good. Go
Change is great.
change your haircut. It I saw this guy about 3 or 4 months ago. Beautiful dreadlocks down to his shoulders. I saw him yesterday. He had cut all of his hair off.
Mm.
But I tell you, he was gorgeous. He was gorgeous with the dreads, but he was gorgeous without them. But he had a new swagger. He stood up straight. It seemed like his voice had gotten deeper. He had a different, he changed his energy.
Mm.
And that's what you have to do, Braid. You got to change your energy. You
Yes.
are who you hang around. You got to change your circle of influence. You got to get some new friends. If you want to be a classy lady, you need to hang out with classy ladies. If you want a better job, you need to hang around people that have better jobs. If you want to lose weight, you want to be around some skinny broads at the gym. But again,
Yeah.
you have to really change who you are, and change is inevitable. Every
Mm.
day we change, our cells change, our thought processes, our needs, our wants, our desires, our health, all of that. So, Jessica, I am so proud of you that you have been able to overcome, adapt, take care of your son, and deal with these health issues that you had, deal with the bad relationship, but also have the capacity to pour into someone else. And I thank you for that. You've poured into the pages of a book. Tell us a little bit about the book.
So the book is based on how I work with my clients. It's called Raw Forward, and RAW is an acronym for essentially the framework I use to help people. It stands for Release, Overcome, Awaken, and Rise. So the book's broken into the four sections. And each section, you learn more about me, about my story, about what I've gone through and what I've learnt, as well as teachings for each individual topic, and then tools you can actively start using chapter after chapter to start reframing your mind and moving forward. So it's like a mini course in a book. You can go through the book from start to finish and become a completely different person by the last chapter. Um,
All right, so now we've done the deep dive. Let's do some fun questions. What's your
mhm.
favorite genre of music? Being a DJ, that's hard.
Oh, that is so hard, April. That's like asking me to choose my favorite child, even though I've got one. Honestly, it really does depend on where I'm at energetically. It
Okay,
depends.
let me make it a little easier for you. Outside of
Yeah.
what you play in the club, where is your next zone of genius? Is it country? I love country music. Is it classical? Is it new age? What other genres of music do you like outside of what you play for your work?
Okay, again, I play everything at work, so it's still hard. But no, I mean, if I my go-to playlist is a mix of some R&B, some EDM. There's even just some pop music in there. It's just a mix mash. Like for me, I get bored really quickly with music. So, and I
Mm,
guess that's part of what makes me a good DJ is I just mash everything together
that's good.
because it's more fun that way. You don't know what's coming. It keeps you on edge, but it also allows me to control the energy of the room. So if I notice people need that energy to come up a bit and raise their vibration and their frequency, I'll put something on that'll do that. If they're getting way too enthusiastic and some people are getting a little bit aggressive, like men typically do sometimes after a
Right.
few drinks, I'll bring it down a bit. We'll go to some dirty R&B and we'll stay
Right.
in that region for a bit. So,
Right.
yeah, I just let the energy take me to where I need to be musically.
Well, my music has changed. I'm into Celtic.
Oh, nice.
I know. I went with my daughter. I go over to her house and I don't even know what she be listening to. She listens to songs in Chinese and Japanese and all that. And I'm like, I can't get my I don't know. I can't get my bebop on. But
Mm,
the Celtic is something about that and that bagpipe and I love it. I love it. And
mhm.
also classical music. I
Yeah.
sit there and I meditate to classical music. because it makes me feel smarter.
Hmm.
It's the pitch, it's the tone. When I use my singing bowls, when I use my other little instruments that I open and close my own personal devotion ceremonies with, it's that wave that makes you feel a certain kind of way. So
It
let's talk
does.
about if you were an appliance. I love this question. In the kitchen, of all
Hmm.
places, what appliance would you be, Jessica, and why?
Oh, I'd probably be a blender.
I get so
I'd
many
be
blenders.
I'd be a blender because I take the best of everything and just blend it all together. It works with my DJ work, it works with my hypnotherapy. It can be a mix mash of everything, or it can be a select few tastes depending what I need at the time, and everything
Mm,
tastes good at the end of the day.
I want to be the refrigerator. I change. I just want to be somewhere where you chill. It's
That's
nice
good.
and cool. If it's not right, I'll freeze you out. So I love the refrigerator. What spirit animal do you align with?
Ooh, I would say lioness.
Why?
I would say because I feel like she's got this innate need to protect, but she's also very strong and resourceful, but she can also be very caring at the same time. So I can go out there and get what I want in life. I can be very direct and go, okay, I'm going to go hunt that gazelle out there and I'm going to get it. And I'm going to work with my other women to do that and lean on each other for that support so we can make sure we succeed together. And I'm also going to make sure I'm looking after my cub. I'm being the best mother I can to him. And I'm doing it all from a place of authentically knowing exactly who I am and exactly how strong I am and how well I can do what I do.
If you were a car, what kind of car would you be?
Oh, nothing exciting. I think I'd just be a standard SUV, just with the basic features that just gets you from point A to point B. It's nice and comfortable, but has a good stereo system.
Right. And plenty of room for your speakers and your DJ equipment.
Oh yeah, it needs a big boot. Like when I bought my car that I've got now, I got the salesman to go and lie in the boot with the tape measure. Like I need it to fit this much. It's about one person long and one person wide. Go lie in it for me so I can see how this looks.
What qualities do you look for when you find a friend?
Honesty is the most important quality for me, and loyalty. Honesty and loyalty. I think if you've got those and you can have an open, honest communication with someone and a relationship where you know you can rely on them, it's there's no limit from that. People always change. We always grow, as you said before, we're always changing. So I think if the cornerstone of a relationship is honesty and loyalty, I think it can go anywhere and it can stand the test of time.
Can you be best friends with an ex?
I am friends with one of my exes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? It's probably, again, one of the most honest and steady friendships that I've got. We've been friends now for maybe 17 years.
Oh,
And
wow. That's
yeah. And
beautiful.
he's a beautiful person. So, like, I'd never go there again romantically with him. We're both like, nah, you're better as a friend. There's a reason we split, but that's just because we weren't compatible on that level. We've always been like best friends.
Let me ask you a tough question.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Lesbian relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Two women, girl, I couldn't have me no woman. I just couldn't do it. Too combative. I know what it is. When you deal with individuals that have that lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
that have that desire, do you find that it's different than dealing with an individual that has a heterosexual? Because I think that, I don't want to say it's complicated or it's convoluted, but it's different.
It's different, but I think in some ways it actually makes it easier for them to work with because being a woman, it's very easy to understand how another woman works.
Mm-hmm.
And there's definitely more often than not better communication or the ability to have better communication, a better level of understanding. There's some things men like, God love them, but they just will never understand. They'll never understand what it's like to have your period every month. They never understand childbirth. They don't understand the hormonal shifts we have as the month goes on. But another woman will get that, and another woman can easily step into their shoes and say, okay, I get it. I get you're dealing with this. I get you're dealing with that, and have an open, safe space for them in that way.
So have another level or another division of empathy.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I
That's
think
good
so.
because people want to know. They absolutely want to know. So,
Yes.
Jessica, tell my brains how to get in contact with you. I'd love for them to do the deep dive, have a conversation with you, and then maybe she'll throw you in a playlist.
Always.
Oh, that.
Yeah, so you can email me, jessica.ellencoaching@gmail.com. April, I'll give you the link. And I'll also send you a link where they can join my group, Together We Roar. It's a free program that I run via school where women of all shapes and sizes can come together, support one another through their journey of growth. And I run monthly coaching sessions for all of the women in there, plus give them resources to help them move forward because not everyone's in the position where they can afford to pay me for one-on-one work straight away. Not everyone wants to commit to that level of work straight away either. They just want to dip their toes in. So this gives them that way of starting their journey, but also having a community of women around them that they can then build friendships with and lean on and help each other grow.
I think that's beautiful. Brains, check in. I bring you the best and the brightest from around the world. I bring you all ages. I bring you all ethnicities. I bring you all level of pain and anxiety. I bring you joy and how to be happy. I bring you a smorgasbord of everything. So now what is it that you're going to put on your plate? What is it that you need to eat? What is it that you need to feed your soul with? And then when you pour, what are you pouring into other people?
Mm.
That's very important because you are, as Jessica said, a reflection. You are a mirror reflection. A lot of times when we talk about people or we have an issue with people, it's because we see some characteristics in them that we possess in ourselves. And it's easy to point the finger, but see these? They're pointing back at me.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what are we going to do to make us better? And it's an individual inside job. Yes, we're part of a collective, but we are still individuals, and everybody brings something to the table. If it's nothing but the coffee, and everybody is valuable, and everybody is different. So, learn that, okay, here on the
Mm.
edge by going in and listening to some edgy conversations. Love, like, share, and become a subscriber. Come on and tell your story. Get an interview. Talk about your business, your family, your joy, your pain, your obstacles. Talk about the future. Where are we headed? It's not as bleak as people make it seem. It's exciting. These are exciting times. Put it in perspective. Thank you so much, Jessica. I adore you, and I'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you so much, April, and thank you, Brains. It's been an amazing experience.
All
So
right,
much love to all of you.
get it together. I love you guys.